Well, the ideal vision of a future Ukraine is Ukraine in the territories before at 1991, when Ukraine became independent from the former Soviet Union. And the question is, what can we do for that? And we, I mean the US, the EU and other countries, that's one thing. But the other question, which is important for the students, is what's practical, what's possible. And here I think, I guess that's also the reason why you did this, to be honest, what can we do? Where are the obstacles? So in other words, what's the mission? The EU mission and the NATO mission is fairly clear. We have a vision. And then the question, what are the instruments? What is possible? What can we do? And this honest discussion, I think, would be a good thing for the students, because anything else is just wishful thinking. Of course, you could say we should be very positive. The more daring the vision, the more we try, but still it should be practical. And to quote Henry Kissinger, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs or State Secretary of the US, he had a lot of 49-51 decisions, meaning we could do it this way, but I think we do it that way. And that's tough. During the discussions, and I hope in the future will be slightly less, there is the feeling this is 100-0 decisions. That's not the case. There are restraints, there are possibilities. There is a very unknown Russia, unknown in the sense how much will they escalate. We can do what we do at the moment. It's deterrence. It's even more than deterrence. So far it has worked partly, but not completely. So when do we go the next step? When do the Ukrainians want to settle this for good? When are we ready doing this? And then is Russia ready too? This is something which students cannot solve. But as a matter of fact, politicians at the moment cannot really solve that either. We do what we have to do, but the next step to come up with a practical, possible, and for all sides desirable plan, that is something, I think, which we are looking for with the students. Well, I mean, Article 5 is important, that those who are in NATO won't be attacked. That's the case. And those countries who are not in NATO don't have that support. So far, Article 5 was triggered once, as far as I remember, in Afghanistan. Otherwise, it has not. And it is a very tough decision for NATO members to think to enlarge. Because that basically means, since we're here in Tallinn, are Estonians willing to fight in area A, B or C? So far we have a common understanding, those members we have in NATO, they will do that, at least that's what we assume. With new members, we don't know, and I think paragraph 5 is decisive here. Whenever we enlarge, are we willing to do that? And so far we have the Eastern expansion in general done, and the next steps will be also thought about on what I just said. Are we willing to fight or not? Is it important? Does the enlargement bring goods for all the countries? Yes or no? And I'm sure we had the discussion and we'll have it again.